Bob Mould. We
Yes.
mentioned him earlier.
Okay.
He released his album Blue Hearts yesterday, which is his latest in a long career of albums dating back to 1980. I think his first album was released.
Okay.
So Bob Mould, he was the singer and guitarist in Husker Du, which is one of my favourite bands of all time. Certainly got into them in the last, heavily got into them over the last year or so. Met a kind of less than amicable end, shall we say. And then he formed a band called Sugar in the mid-90s, who are more 90s alternative, but Husker Du were the progenitors of that kind of movement. They started off as kind of hardcore, properly hardcore punk / power violence. You know, they were 30-second songs on their debut album that just went, and then they gradually, over time, really finessed their melody and unintentionally created a whole new, like, they were responsible for alternative rock as we know it from like the 90s period. Green Day, like I said, Foo Fighters, they wouldn't exist without this lot. They both owe a huge debt of gratitude to Husker Du. They then split. Then Bob Mould was briefly in a band called Sugar, which was a lot more melodic, a lot more Foo Fighters-esque. Their album Copper Blues considered a staple of 90s alternative rock, shall we say. And in between all of this, his work with Sugar, he was he worked as a DJ briefly. He made a electronica album in the early 2000s. He collaborated with a bunch of people, most notably Foo Fighters in 2011 when he was on their track Dear Rosemary from their album Wasting Light.
Okay.
Great song. Bob has got a very distinctive way of singing. It's very kind of I can't really even describe it. It's sort of very not. I'm stalling because his voice is so unique and so signature that you can't really pinpoint. I'll leave it to you to pinpoint.
Yeah, of course.
Basically.
So
basically, I'm going to just get on with it. This is a song called Siberian Butterfly from an album that was released on Friday. Called Blue Hearts, which is up there now for my release of the year for sure. He from about Siberian Butterfly, he says the genesis of this song spoke to the notion of collectors, people with excessive means who gather the works of creative folk for their ego-driven portfolios. As I kept writing, narrative shifted towards themes of change, growth, and freedom. These motifs are central to how we become our true selves, how we begin our journey towards our true identities. It's autobiographical as well. I put myself through some self-hating years as a young gay man, never feeling good enough, not recognizing the positive qualities I had to offer, whilst inhibiting the development of my gay identity. I hope for a world where all people can be what they want to be. Life seems shorter every day. Maybe this simple song can be used to people who are struggling to find their true selves. And so this is the third song released as a single from Blue Hearts. The rawest and most confrontational work of his 4-decade solo career, raging 4-track collection described as the catchiest batch of protest songs I've ever written in one sitting. So there we go. I don't think I can say more than that, really.
Okay. Well, I'll give a listen and provide my reaction to what I hear.
This is Bob Mould and Siberian Butterfly.
Okay, let's go.
Now, this is going to be an interesting one because I'm not sure if this is the sort of music you normally listen to.
You can hear the 90s-esque sort of thing there. Most definitely.
It's so hooky, though, and so energetic, and I love it. I love it so much. It'd be interesting to get your perspective of this, though.
Yeah, just trying to soak it in at the moment.
Yeah.
Does definitely make you want to jump up and down to it. I can't really say it's like the sort of music I'd go to originally, but
that's fair enough. What sort of like elements or influences or you know, who would you say this man has influenced throughout the years? If you were to hazard, like, what are the obvious shouts for you?
I don't know. I'll save that until after the song. I think to
Yeah, of course, of course.
focus it on the song at the moment.
So yeah, from my own perspective, massive fan of this man's body of work. He's just a pioneer, really, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And obviously one of the loudest acts I've ever seen live, you know.
You
And it's reflected in the production, I think, of this song as well. Very guitar-y, less emphasis on the vocals.
sort of in answer to your question, White Stripes. Kind of some of the things from them.
That's an interesting take, yeah. I guess all the riffiness of it, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the upbeatness of it.
Feeder.
Oh, Feeder's a great shout, yeah. No, there's... Yeah, I imagine Bob has... I couldn't tell you, because I don't know Feeder, but... well, I don't know them personally, but I can definitely say that he's influenced a generation of alternative artists who put pop hooks into their music. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Feeder and Green Day and Foo Fighters are in that camp.
Ah, well, that was Bob Mould and Siberian Butterfly. Yeah, it's just like... It's very straight down the line kind of song, and it's a good example of very pioneer-esque kind of artist being a great songwriter, influencer, all those good things mixed into one, and proves that he's still got it. So
absolutely, I absolutely think he's still got it. You know, after a 40-year career, 4 decades of just non-stop pummeling aggressive music, you know, and in-your-face kind of attitude. Like, the longevity of this man is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I really hope I can see him again live someday.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. So that
Good
was
stuff.
Bob Mould with Siberian Butterfly from the album Blue Hearts. Get it on DVD and Blu-ray.
DVD and Blu-ray. Blue Heart Ray, yeah.
Good one.